Will the Habs be better on the power play this year? This is the $1 million question. If you've been following the Habs last year, you probably already know that. We were pretty good at 5 on 5. I think we were top 5. So we were excellent at 5 on 5, but the power play was awful. So if we had a better power play last year, we probably would have made the playoff. So let's see. Are we going to be able to improve the goddamn power play this year? Let's find out. Okay, so this video is going to be completely different. It's not going to be clips, highlight clips. Instead, we're going to first watch at some advanced stat because I have a sneaky feeling we are not putting the right player on the ice. And this is a pretty easy way to improve the power play. If you can look into stats and see that player might be better than others, maybe we could improve our power play simply by playing the right player. First, I want to start with the defense. So we have two pretty good defensemen in Shea Weber and Petrie. So the first thing, currently, it's Weber that is getting the first power play, so he's getting more minutes on power play. I want to look into some stats and see if he deserves to play ahead of Petrie, because in my mind, Petrie has a little bit more tool to help the power play. Because if I look at them just with the eye test, it's pretty obvious that the better skater first is Jeff Petrie. For the zone entry, he's going to be better than Weber. If we look at the stick handling with puck skills and everything, still it's Petrie. The passing ability and vision, I think the advantage goes to Petrie. So pretty much the only thing Weber has is an absolute bomb. But in movement, I think Petrie is a better shooter. He has the ability to skate with the puck, go in the slot and take a wrister. And on the other end, Weber, he needs someone to give him the puck for him to shoot and be effective. Okay, with that said, let's get back to the stat here. And I want to look at season from 2017 and last year. And I select the defenseman that played on the power play 200 minutes of ice time and above. Okay, time to look at the stat. So I'm not going to waste any time and I'm going to go straight to the point here. So I'm going to rank the primary assist in the league per 60 minutes played on the power play. So as you can see, all the top guy primary assists, Carlson, Krug, Yandel, Edman, Jones, Barry, Letang, they are all very good defensemen on the power play. Now let's try to find where Petrie is. Where's our boy Petrie? So he's ranked 24th. And now let's search for Weber and he is absolutely dead last, and this is where I think we have a problem on the power play. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty shocked when I saw that. I knew that he was not a great playmaker, he's not super creative, so he makes the simple passes. But to be this low, only one primary assist out of 83 games. And I'm not saying that Weber is the main problem on the power play, but I do believe that Petrie should get the first unit and a lot more ice time than Weber on the power play. And also the fact that Weber at 5 on 5 and on the PK, I think he's more solid than Petrie. So by reducing the power play time for Weber, it's going to give him more time at 5 on 5. He's going to be more fresh to play 5 on 5 and the penalty killing. So overall, I think it's a win-win. We should give the first unit to Petrie. And I guess we can look at point per 60 minutes. So this is including goal and assists. And if we look, Petrie is 30th. And Weber is almost last again, 66 out of 70 defensemen. Now let's do the same thing with forward. So the last two seasons, I put only 100 minutes of ice time so we can have a bigger pool of player. And we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to sort primary assists per 60. And with no surprise here, we have Jonathan Drouin with a pretty big lead. I think he's very good on the power play. There's no problem with him on the power play, and he should play almost the 2 minutes. The power play, we can give him all the ice time he can handle on the power play. Other than that, if we go down, there's not much I noticed other than maybe Lekonen, who played quite a bit of a power play last year. He is pretty bad, never got much assist, so only one primary assist, 0 secondary assists. and this is out of 170 minutes. That's quite a bit. So Lekonen struggling pretty hard on the power play. If we look total point per 60, so we can see here there's a reason why the power play is struggling, and it's because we lost Galchenyuk and Pacioretty, who were pretty solid on the power play. They were the trigger man on the board, playing on the board, so they were the one that could beat the goalie with a shot. Now we don't kind of have this type of player. Maybe Tatar can do it from time to time, but he doesn't have the type of shot that Galchenyuk and Pacioretty have. Drouin, when he's playing on the board, he's not really someone that likes to shoot it that much. So that leaves us with not too many sniper on the team. And I decided to put 50 ice time minimum to increase the pool of player. And as you can see, if we sort the point per 60, the two last are the Finns, Jesperi Kotkaniemi and Lekonen. And I do think Kotkaniemi struggled big time on the power play last year. When it was time to shoot the puck, he was kind of shy, he didn't want to shoot it. And also when he was getting pressure, he had trouble dealing with that. So I think those two should not play on the power play this year. And I think we waited a little bit too long before removing them out of the power play. And another thing I want to look at, it's the two players that played at the end of the year, Jordan Will and Philippe Danault. So the sample here is pretty small. We need to be careful with that. But still, in terms of point per 60, they are second and fourth. So I think we should try the experiment and keep on going with Philippe Danault. He's pretty good when he's on the red line. We saw him in the preseason. He set up Gallagher a few times in the slot. This is one of the few set plays that was working. We don't have many currently that is working. And this is a problem too. I think it's going to be fairly easy to stop the power play if we only have one set play with the Danault short pass to Gallagher in the slot. Other thing I want to say, if we sort the goal per 60, you can see the number 2 goal per 60 is actually Andrew Shaw, and he was doing an extremely good job in front of the net. And now that he's gone, I think it's going to be hard to replace, and we might struggle even more on the power play. So for me, my conclusion, I'm not really optimistic. I don't think we're going to solve the power play just yet. We're going to have to wait for Caulfield or Xavier next year to help our power play, because I don't think right now we have the pieces to have a very solid power play. So cross finger that Caulfield is ready for next year and he can jump on the power play right ahead. As far as my go-to guy that I will use on the power play, I think for sure Petrie, like I said, Drouin, Suzuki, Domi, Danault, Gallagher. So I would use a combination of those guys and maybe Jordan Will too. So there it is, it's all I have for today. So this might not be the most entertaining video, but it's just my 2 cents. I want to give my thought on the power play. And please go ahead, like and subscribe. And also I want you to put in the comment, put me your 5 guy you would start the power play with the Habs this year. So the 5 player you think are the best on power play. I'm really curious to see who you got.